All right, real quick quip to update you guys. I took time and put on some makeup and did my hair and then proceeded to clean my room for 2 hours. So on that. But I just wanted to let you know this video supposed to be a Fun Fold Friday. It didn't happen. It's going to be not quite Fun Fold Friday. And I apologize for that. But now we have Nan in the hospital. She's been sick. The whole cold that I told you blew through the house. It got all of us. But it nailed her last, and she now has RSV. So she's in the hospital. She's doing okay. She's on oxygen. They have, they're treating her. They said a couple of days. I'm hoping so. I mean, we'll see. And then a couple of days out of the hospital, then we'll see if she has to go to rehab or not. So I just wanted to let you guys go. I'm sorry that doesn't come up when it want to. I still have more, at least mail calls and whatnot, but I'm gonna do my best. But now I have that added complication because I'm out there every day. She went in yesterday. We were there until like almost 1. It was past midnight when we finally left the hospital, and Steve had been there since noon. First in urgent care, then ER, and then I joined him, and then we didn't get out of there till noon. Noon, until after midnight. So I've already checked on her. I've already talked to her. I've talked to the nurses. We're going to go visit her. But I've been just doing something, puttering around. So I'm sorry. I'm working on it. It just is, God will only give me what I can handle. Some days I wish he didn't have so much faith in me. But you know what? He has also said, not only does he have faith in me, but he has sent me help in the form of Natasha. And she's been a godsend because we were going crazy. We couldn't find Nan's hearing aids. And she today went in through and cleaned up all her room and remade the bed and the blanket straight. And when she did that, she found the hearing aids inside the bed. So see, God gives you blessings every day. So anyway, with further ado, let's go into the card I'm making. Okay, thanks. Oh, hello, my mad scrappers. I'm back with a project. I'm done. I couldn't get over this package that you guys saw me that I got from Paper Wizard in the shop and show, and I wanted to do something, and I had a card stuck in my head that I saw in Pinterest, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this paper and the tags in it are going to work great with that card. And it's basically a take on our on an accordion fold. So this is going to be your Fun Fold Friday for today. But it's going to be, it's a Fun Fold Friday. It's your basic accordion fold with a twist. So with this paper, with the Doodlebug, it's Christmas, but it is your non-traditional colors. Really, you have no idea how crazy I drove myself trying to find a red that I felt would work with this paper, when at least with this, it doesn't exist. I realized, Mayra, get over yourself and just find something else. And then I love teal. So I'm like, okay, then we're just going to go completely in left field, or left field. There we go. If we're going to go left, then let's go left. And do it. So I pulled out of my stash, because let's craft from our stash, right? This paper that I have had, this basil paper in teal that I've had for who knows how many millennia. And I go, oh my gosh, it's a perfect match for this little whimsical. But it is going to be a fun fold. When I saw those tags, when I did the review, I knew the card I was going to do because I had seen it in Pinterest. So we are going to use these cut aparts. We are going to make a fun fold card using this and some of the pattern paper. I'm probably going to break out rather than cut up the big sheets, because I do want to, make a couple of pages with it, and I don't know yet what I'm doing. I'm probably going to cut into, let's do it right now. We're going to use some from this pad. Let me very carefully do it so I don't tear the paper. There we go. I think I did okay. Right? Hopefully I did okay. But I'm going to use this paper. I'm going to use some of this paper in order to do the background. So this is going to be an A2 accordion. The one I saw on Pinterest is actually an A7, i.e. a 5x7, but I'm going to fiddly fart with that. But we're going to mix and match some of these papers in here. And oh my gosh, I don't even remember seeing, oh no, that's, okay, never mind. Never mind. So don't mind me, I'm crazy. But give me a second. Let me pick the papers I'm going to use. Let me cut this down, and I will be right back, okay? Okay, I am back. It just so happens when I was looking at my stash of paper that I had some white paper that I could use for my card base. Just so you know, these panels are cut down to 5.5 by 12 inches. So it's just a 12 by 12 that I just trimmed down. and we are going to score these for the accordion folds. So to do that, I've got to score this at, the first score is going to be at 1.5. Now remember, this is going to be an accordion fold card. So I'm going to be flipping it because I am classically trained and I always fold into the mountain. So my first one was at 1.5. My next one is going to be at 3 inches. Whoops. There we go. My poor little bone folder here hasn't been used in a while, so it's not as slickery as it usually is. And then now I'm going to flip it again, and I'm going to go to 5.5. My next score is at 5.5. I'm going to give it a nice good score, and then I'm flipping it again, and my last score is going to be at 8 inches. Whoops, and I just went off the rails there a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to be covering this paper up. Okay, so we're going to put our lovely little scoreboard here to the side, and let's start folding. So as always, for one, I just caught a goof here on this paper, so let's fix that. And again, my best way to fix a blemish on the paper is grab your Teflon bone folder and just go over it. You guys can't even see where the goof was right here, and it's right here. It's a bit of a crease there that I didn't catch before. Okay, so now that I've taken care of the offending crease, we are going to do our folding. So our first accordion fold is into the mountain. That's how I was taught, and that's how I continue to do it to this day, for no particular reason other than that's how I learned. It's up to you guys. And I don't think there's any hard paths. There's people who say, no, fold into the valleys. I'm always a fold into the mountain girl. Now, so I'm going to flip it again, and there's my next fold. Again, I am folding it into the mountain, and then I'm taking my bone folder and burnishing in that nice crisp fold, okay? So now we have our first. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to fold into the mountain again, making sure it's all straight. And I will take advantage and again run my Teflon bone folder over it and give it a nice burnish so it has a nice crisp fold. And the last fold. Here we go. There we go. Right here, that's that 8-inch mark. And then once again, we are going to go ahead and burnish. La and la. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to do the other one, all right? Be right back. Okay, kids, I'm back. I have got both my panels now scored nice and down. They're a little accordion up a little bit. This is a little bit thinner paper, so it's lying a little bit flatter. This is going to take a little bit of maneuvering to get it still to lie as flat as I would like it to. Now, is this a critical thing? Probably not. This is just me being, the mad scrapper. But we've got these. So now what I need to do is cut my panels to line these cards. So I picked my papers. I opted for these to give it that, that bakey look, because it is a cooking one. I went ahead ultimately and picked the larger sheets, even though I was thinking I was going to use a smaller one just because I felt it looked right. So what I've got to do real quick is I've got to cut these down. So let me grab yon paper trimmer again. Here we use our new Timmy one, and the first thing I'm going to do, needless to say, is I'm going to cut off this little strip right here, and I'm just going all right. Now I've cut my strips off, but I'm not done. Now I've got to cut this way. Excuse me. So I need 2 strips. Now this one I've chosen is going to be the front strip. So I need a strip that is 1 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to cut my 1 inch here. So here's my 1 inch is right here. So 1 1/4 is going to be about halfway. And there it is. There's my little there's my 1 1/4 right there. And let me just hold it down. I want to make sure it's nice and flush. I want it to be, because if I don't, there we go. And there we go. We took a leap of faith. That's going to work. Right? Yes, it is. There's I probably could have gone, in all honesty, a little bit more just to totally fill that out. Now, do I want to waste this piece of paper and go? I'm thinking, because I might have just gone 1/8. I don't know. I really don't know. I may leave well enough alone. So I'm going to leave it at 1 1/4 because I have an idea. You know, famous last words. And I'm going to line them both the same. Maybe not, but okay, so 1 1/4. Anyway, I have an idea. I have more ideas. As I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I'm doing this as I go. I'm winging it. God help us all. But now I've got both of my 5 1/4 cuts here. But I am a woman with a plan. There we go. And then I have this little piece here that we may or may not use. Okay, so I have this too. And now I'm going to move on to this, and we're going to do the same. No, we're not. We're not going to do the same thing. We are going to go on this one. I need it 2 1/4 because it's a little bit wider. So there we line it up. There we go. So there's our 2 1/4. And again, I'm going to need it to be, and I already screwed that up. Oh my goodness. It is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to leave it. What is the back side of this? Is it cute? It's cute. We're going to leave it as is. Okay, so by, again, 5 1/4. I had a different plan in my head, but that's okay. We are going to let this one slide, and then 5 1/4. So we either do them the same, or we'll see. I know I make no sense right now. Why should I? This is me we're talking to, all right? Just saying. And I'm tired too. I'm getting sleepy, so we're just going to power through and finish this off. So we got those 2 slices, and now let's slice through the last piece. And then the lovely thing about this paper, I swear it's non-directional. So, but we're going to decide this is up. And this last panel, I just need 1. And I need it to be 3 3/4. So we'll cut that down to 3. There we go. It lines up perfectly. 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. And we'll still have a little bit of extra paper left. So we're going to grab that 5 1/4. And there we go. Okay. So now what we're going to do, and this has been, as I was thinking and cutting, I changed my mind as to what I was going to do. So now we're going to cut up this paper up. And I don't even have to worry about cutting off the edge. But if my inner panel is 1 1/4, oh my goodness, hang on. Let me pick up the piece of paper that just decided to float to the floor. Rude. Okay, I am going to cut this piece. Famous last words. So if that's 1 1/4, and I'm not kidding you, I am going to go, that's 1 1/4. 1 1/2, so I'm going to go just a little bit more. I'm going to go to 1 7/8. So there's going to be the thinnest little tiny sliver of edge. So what's going to do, because I want there to be a little bit of differentiation. I want that pattern paper to pop out. The way to do it is to go here. I'm just showing you the method to my madness, because you guys all know it's all madness. And look how that pops up so much better. And that's just paper, guys. I mean, we bought it. Let's use it. Let's not stress it. Okay, so now, so we know that this other one is 5 1/2. So now I'm going to do the same thing. So now I'm going to go to 5 7/8. And I'm going to pop out, I'm going to cut 2 pieces. So I have it for both sides. 5, and there we go, and 7/8. Okay. So we have now this, and I will do the same for the other 2 pieces. So I'll be back in a second. I don't have to bore you with that. Okay, so let's just say that I pooped out on you guys, and I had to get some sleep. So I've come back, but undeterred, we're going to finish this card, alrighty? Because it's going to be up for Fun Fold Friday if it kills me. Alrighty, so I've already cut up all my little pieces here. So I've cut the cards. I'm not going to do a little bit of trimming. I think I only cut these 2 are right, but I broke my own cardinal rule of scrapbooking, and that is when you cut your pieces out, use the same cutter all the way through, because I did not, and there's a discrepancy. And mind you, I used a Tim Holtz cutter, but I used both my new rotary one, and then my guillotine, and there's a discrepancy. So I'm going to have to do a little inky dinky trimming with most of these pieces to get them to center up the way I want them to. So don't do what I did listen to what I'm telling you. Always stay consistent. When you're cutting a project, use the same trimmer all the way through. All right. So I've already cut all of these pieces up. These are all my pieces that I'm going to be using on my, and I have 2 of them. I'll only be doing one on camera, of these. And now I have these because I'm going to put tags. That's going to be my little take on the fun fold, is I'm going to be adding these tags. So I do need to trim these up. Actually, I have 3 of them. So I'm going to trim these up because I'm going to need at least 3 of them. I'm back. I've done a little bit more trimming. I cut everything up. I think I have an idea of what I'm doing. Right. Let's just see. So this is second card. Although maybe, you know what? I think maybe we'll do this one, even though it is the second card, only because I had to do a little bit of deviation. So I did pick out already my 3 little tags that I want to use for this card. And wait a minute. Where's the other one? Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, hang on. This is the one I think I wanted to use, right? Yes. So, and I just couldn't make up my mind quite with tags, but I definitely wanted to use Merry and Bright, but I wanted to incorporate more Santa. And I thought this was really cute, although I think I have other plain ones here, but it's the one I wanted to use. If we're looking at all of these, no. Unless I change my mind and go with this one, but I think it's too busy. I think this one works here. So I went into the 6x6 pad and cut these little guys out. And these are the little cut aparts that are 3x4s in the bigger sheets, but like microscopic in this one. And now that I see it, I see a little white edge and it's bothering me. And these guys, I'm telling you, when you get to these smaller sizes, it starts getting difficult. I'm now realizing, yeah, maybe I do need that little tiny, the little small Tim Holtz to get into this. But I think, because I have to straighten it out, there's a little smidge. There we go. I just got it off. Look at that. It was a tiny little smidge. But now I don't see the white edge. So there we go. So we're going to use this. I figure I'll just put it in there, leave it a little bit cattywampus, because, you know, me and cattywampus. But I know that I wanted to mount these guys. So that's why I cut up. So these guys are 2x4. So I cut my paper 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I have a little bit of edge. So then I'm just going to add these on. So we're just going to grab Big Mama and do our thing. And then I will show you my evil plan for how I'm going to cut those tag edges. I didn't want to do it ahead of time. I just figured once I get them down and mounted, then we can. And you know what? The one thing I did not do, but I can do that even afterwards, is I'm going to hole punch these in here. But I might as well hole punch them together. So let's put this guy together, these guys together. And maybe I just leave them like that. But I'm going to mount this one on. So I'm just going to try to center it. Nope, a little bit more down. Move this one down. Oh my goodness. And maybe I have to get this all to look even. There we go. That works. And I'm going to have to trim off a little smidge. So I'm going to run into, and that was because, again, I broke my own rule and cut using 2 different, because my paper was smaller, so I had to use my smaller trimmer. So now I'm going to come over here, and now we're going to trim off the edges. So let me just take off a little smidge, because and we're talking like a little smidge is all I'm going to take off. There we go. That is perfect. Now I'm going to come in, hopefully you can see this, but now I'm going to come this way and pretty much eyeball it. Literally, that's what I'm going to do. God help us all. But I'm going to go like that. Oh, that's pretty darn tootin' good. Not bad at all. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just eyeballing it, more or less. So we'll do that here. A little bit more. I think that's pretty close to where I just want to. It gets a little bit wonky here. Okay. All right. Pretty good. And there you go. So now give me a second. Actually, now I want to take a little bit off the top, because now it looks, on this one at least, it looks a little top heavy. So we're going to trim off. And this is going to be, short of using dies. There we go. So back for a quick second, because I just made a realization when I was doing on the second one, I'm coming to the third tag, that the easiest way for me to line it up so that I get the exact little 1/4 or actually 1/8 of an inch is to line up the edge of here, hopefully you can see that, of the tag to the edge of the plastic guide. When I line that up perfectly, there we go. It's exactly the direction and exactly the width that I want. Ah, just a little trick for you guys. Okay, I am back. I've done all my little trimming, but I also had to do a little extra trimming because, again, I broke the cardinal rule of cutting, and that is always use the same trimmer. So I've had to retrim down, but I wanted to show you a trick because I was running into a struggle with these skinnier pieces in cutting them down, because at some point you can't get it under. So here, I mean, to give you an idea what I'm talking about, I mean, getting it inside of here now becomes a really tricky proposition on a guillotine cutter for most cutters. So I remember this trick I learned from another YouTuber. I wish I could remember who. And that is, you just grab a scrap piece of paper and put a piece of either washi tape, or in this case, I just use my mint tape, and just add that little piece right there and adhere it. Just, or, it's not even really adhering it, but it's holding into place. Now, suddenly, I have plenty to be able to push it over, because all I want to do is, on this one, all I'm doing, for one thing, I'm evening it out, because apparently I previously cut crooked. But I'm going to take off a tiny sliver off just to make it even, because I want to have the littlest bit of border around the green. I want enough, and I wanted it even. That was the problem, is it wasn't evened out. Now, I probably took too much of a sliver. Oh, well, so now I've got it. But here now I have enough length, so I'm going to take another piece off the top. But that's just a little trick, guys. When you have a piece that you need to, for whatever reason, because you're a dork, need to take a piece off, that is the way to deal with small pieces that need to be trimmed. Okay, there we go. We're good here. Okay, my Mad Scrappers, I am down to the wire. We're ready to put this little card together. So first off, we're going to put in our back panel, my little Santas. And I mean, it doesn't pop up too much off the green perfectly like what I would want it to, but I just did not feel up to switching colors in. I don't know what I just said. I think I flung my pencil down there, but and I can't pull tape on a straight line now to save my life. My goodness, am I that rusty? Have I gone now to the rank of a beginner? Shocking. I have no idea. Sometimes you just lose your touch. What can I say? Okay, so I get that down. So now we're just going to center our little friend right here. And this is, oh, look, this is the piece I did not, what the heck did I do? I used the piece that I didn't trim. So this is a problem. So what do? We fix it, because that's what we do when we make a mistake. Because that's what I'm here for, guys. Just to remind you that nobody is perfect, particularly me. But I'm glad I discovered it right now. So see, there's no crisis. This is just, it happens to me all the time. So I don't want you to feel bad when it happens to you once in a while. Because I already cut for the second card I'm making, so that's what I did. I know what I did is I swapped the pieces without realizing it with the one I hadn't trimmed yet. Bad, Mayra, bad. Dorcas move. But there you go, whatever. It is what it is. There's, nobody's going to know except everybody on YouTube. So there we go. We're just going to make that work. But at least now it fits. There's a little tiny sliver of edge, which is what I wanted. There we go. As long as it closes, it's good. So we have that one. Now, this I'm leaving white. So that's where you can put your sentiment in. So I'm going to come to the front. Excuse me. And we are going to go ahead and carefully, see, I'm going to slow down a little bit so I can pull a straight line. Just a little out of practice, a little bit rusty. I'm not kidding you guys. I have not been playing at all. In fact, I still need to get my Christmas cards, not only made, but mailed. Heck with having to mail. I need to get them made. I had more. I was going to use, I go, okay, I have a stash, but Nan has depleted my stash of Christmas cards, and I cannot say no to her. She looked at me and says, do you have Christmas cards? I'm like, absolutely. She doesn't even know how many I'm going to send down. I have to go check the list and see who's still alive. I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom. But I guess when you're up there in 95, that is, a thing. It was just the way she looked at me. I'm just like, oh, dear Lord. Like she's so, and she is sick now. She's gotten the cold that it, went through, has decimated all of us. Steve brought it home from Amazon, which is the, the petri dish of disease of the world, I swear. And gave it to me. I tried not to give it to the kids. I was unsuccessful. So then the kids have been falling like dominoes. Natasha's the latest to fall. She wasn't feeling good a couple days ago, and Nam has gotten it. And because she has a COPD, everything goes to her chest. So we've all been looking at her like, it's just, because you can hear her breathe. And she's getting a little passive aggressive on me with the nebulizer. We tell her, okay, Mom, you need to use it. And then she totally ignores me. So we have to kind of kindly, stay on her. Like Natasha says, Mom, like, oh, she seems okay. But isn't she due? And I go, well, yeah. But she also did it late because she slept in this morning. So she's off by about an hour. So we can give her a little more time. So I go, let her have dinner. And then we'll hit her with her nebulizer. So meanwhile, while I'm sitting here chit-chatting, as you can see, I have, made shorter of putting this together. This is not a difficult card, but it is cute. It is very cute and a little different take. And I did a different take from the one I saw on Pinterest. So now we have our 3. I need to put our little 3 tags on it. And I have this tag, and I already have taken time and put the foam on this one. So now all I got to do is take my foamy bits, because I want to just pop that out just a little bit, because it's not as if this card isn't thick enough as is. This is not going to be a cheap card to mail, but we are not going to have the lecture again about worrying about postage. It is what it is. So we're just going to put that about right there. And then let's see. And I wanted to use some of my little goodie jobbers here. So what do I want to do? Do I want to put some, there's a part of me just wants to use some of these guys. So let's see. Use some of our little gumdrops at the bottom. We'll put like 3 of them, I think. We'll just put 3 of them. So we'll go 1 here. If I could pick them up. And we'll use the yellow one, and we'll put that on the edge, and that makes it easier. In fact, it would even be easier if I use tweezers, because my fat fingers get in my own way. And now I can kind of spot it, eyeball it better. And then we'll grab the green one. Why? I don't know. I felt like green, because it's not like I'm a monster fan of the color. But there we go. So we have these 3 little guys down here at the bottom. And let's grab a couple of peppermints. And we'll put them up here just to add that little bit. Because I can, because I have these. So we'll just grab 1 here. We'll grab one of the green ones. And we'll put that like right here. And then let's grab a little one. Let's grab another red one, because no. I'm going to take it back, only because I would have then 2 reds here, and I want to do 2. So, whoops. Uh-oh. Chongo. I guess we're going to have 3 now. Hang on. Let me... See, there are no mistakes, guys. They're just opportunities to save yourself. Opportunities for creativity now I have. And there always, see, that was the fates telling me, Mayra, have you forgotten the rule of 3? Seriously? We're going to go here on this one, huh? Yep. Apparently so. So now we're going to take... one of these. We'll go with the small one, right? Now we're going to go with the medium one, and then we're going to go with a small, like a pink one, I think. So we'll go with that one right there. That's going to cover the rip that I made, and then we're going to grab a little pink one, and just put it up there and there, right here, and there you go. No harm, no foul. Let me put these on the side here. Throw that over there. Actually, why don't I just throw it in the trash like a good person? There we go. So this one is going to go on the front. So I'm going to put it towards the literally towards the bottom. So it will, and here, now here is how far out. So let me see. I've got to figure this out, the placement real quick, because this will be on the top. And we'll let it tuck out a little bit, because this is 4 inches wide, and I have my envelope is, it can accommodate a 4 1/4, and then our Merry and Bright will be in the middle. So up here, so they'll be a little bit staggered. So there we go. So I think that should be calling it. I can actually come in a little bit. That's what I wanted to see is, no matter what, I'm going to go about, so what I'm going to do is take the pencil that I just knocked to the floor. No, it wasn't a pencil I knocked to the floor. So where did I knock my pencil? Where's my pencil? Pencil! There it is. Here is le pencil. El lápiz. And I'm just going to mark so I can have an idea where I want that to be. Right? Yes. Whoops. If I can stop moving it. Hello. Come here, pencil. Oh, come on. Do not tell me now my pencil has no lead. No, okay, but here's the other pencil I was using. So there we go. I just want to draw a little line. Okay. So now that I have my line drawn, I'm going to make a couple of runs with my tape. All the way to the top. And now I'm going to put that up against, I think I went too wide, but that's okay because I can just rub it off. That's, that's where you have an adhesive eraser. There we go. Yep, that extra strip is unnecessary. So let me grab and try not to knock over my little African violet that is desperately trying to live. Whoops, where'd you come from? Okay, so we're just gonna erase that out really quick. See, guys, it's always about the talent. Sometimes it's about the tools. So if you have no talent, you better have some pretty darn good tools. Save yourself. Okay. So I have the first one here. Now we're going to come back to the back flap. And where did Santa Claus go? Where did he go? Holy mackerel, I have disappeared. Oh, here he is. He's just flipped over. There we go. So he is going to go here, mostly covered there. So we can see him. So he has to stick out just a little bit. So now, I can put plenty of tape on this side. Put that there, and probably run 2 or 3. I'm going to run 3. Just to make sure from top to bottom, all the way. Now I'm here. And now all I have to do is line it up to the top. Come here, my pretty. Let him stick out only about 1/4 inch because he has to fit in my envelope. And there he is. And then we have Merry and Bright, which will also get a couple of strips. Top to bottom, so we hear him good. I'm going to give him a 3rd one, and if there's too much, that's okay. We'll erase that off. And now I'm going to center him. Who or what is calling? I have no idea who you are, so you need to go away. It's my newfangled watch here. Okay, so let's just center him. About right there. Right? Only a little bit over, a little bit farther over. Top and bottom look good. Let me bring it down just a smidgen. Let me bring it down just a smidgen. Oof. Yes, let me straighten it out. Okay, and there we have it. Almost. We're not done yet. Almost, though, almost. Because instead of stamping a sentiment, I'm going to cheat. And I took one of these little cut-aparts because they're so cute and little. And what else are you going to do with them? So I'm going to use that for the sentiment of the card. So it's going to say, sending lots of love. So I'm just going to put it right here, right up here. Now, the question is, do I want to pop it out? Or I think this guy is pretty dimensionalized enough. So we're going to go ahead and just adhere it down straight up. But maybe we'll add a couple more of those cute little gummy thingamajiggers just to add that little pop of color, little pop or whatever. Because I have them. So what the heck? So here's our little sentiment to our card. We'll put that up here so I still have plenty of space to sign it. There we go. And, oh wait, maybe I should have brought it down a little bit more. So where is what I did send down is my spatula. So let me take it back. I take it back, only because I want to add a couple of little gummy thingamajiggers. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit more. I'm just going to have to say a little bit less. You know, how big do I have to take? How much space do I need to take up to say love Steve and Mayra, right? And we're going to grab a couple. So let's see. We'll grab the, gosh, the hearts are all white. So that's not going to work. So we're just going to grab a couple of these little guys. So we'll grab them in different colors. So we'll grab a pink one. Put it up here. Oh, we want it a little bit higher. Let's add, whoops. Boy, when these things stick, they stick. Okay, there we go. That one up here. We're going to grab a yellow one. Put it over here. Yep. Then we'll grab some of these little guys. These little guys are just stinking adorable. So I'll grab a green one. Can I get it off? Put a little green one there. We'll grab one of these little red guys. Put it here. Probably too low, but that's okay. I don't care. And we'll grab one of these little blue ones, or blue or teal or whatever. There we go. Alrighty. So now, as far as I'm concerned, this card is done. And it's just, I mean, it is your basic accordion fun fold card, but it has all of this cuteness to it. I mean, it's hard to see it from your perspective when I'm standing it up, but let's see if I can do that. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. Now I have a phone in here, so now you guys get to hear all the obnoxious phone calls we get. We have a ton of spam phone calling. It's ridiculous. But Nan doesn't hear the phone, so I have it in here now so I can hear the phone. Anyway, so there you have it. Here's your cute little, card that will look so cute standing up on somebody's mantle or on their counter or wherever, because remember, we could always send an email and say Merry Christmas, but you cannot put an email on your fireplace mantle. Let's be honest. So I think it's really cute. Is this like the end all be all? Of course not. But it's fairly quickly put together. It's easy. I mean, it is very easy to production once you figure it all out. Once I figured out this cut here, it was like, okay, I've got two more I want to make because I already have enough pieces to do it. So there will be more cards. But hopefully you guys got something out of it. You learned a trick or two new, and you enjoyed this. If you did, by all means, guys, give me a thumbs up. Drop me a note, all right? I'm glad to be back and making things. It felt so good, even just to make this little cinchy card. And as always, guys, if you want to see more of my madness, there will be more always, then go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell, and I will be back. Otherwise, I'm going to let you go. I am going to go change. Peanut Gallery and I have a reservation for Disney that we really don't feel like going to, but we have a reservation. We can't cancel it. So I think literally we're going to go and I have a mobile order for lemon cakes for Nan that she loves. So we may just literally run in, pick them up, and leave. But I got to go. So go out there and craft, my friends. Make something beautiful. And always remember that what you make and what you give brightens someone's day. So go out there and make a difference with your craft, okay? And as always, don't ever forget, we're all a little mad here, okay? So come on, craft the madness with me, okay? I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye!